Welcome back to Mental Models Daily, where we explore one mental model each day to help you elevate your daily decision-making. Today we're diving into a strategic concept that has shaped competition across centuries. Seizing the middle. Seizing the middle is a strategic principle where the entity that controls the central position in a market, battlefield, or network gains disproportionate power and influence. It's about identifying and occupying the most critical junction points where value, information, or resources flow. Think of it as capturing the central hub in a wheel. From that position, you can control or influence all the spokes, giving you leverage far beyond your size or resources. A fascinating historical example comes from the rise of the Medici family in Renaissance Italy. Rather than competing directly with established powers, the Medicis positioned themselves as intermediaries in the burgeoning banking industry. By establishing branches throughout Europe and creating a novel system of bills of exchange, they seized the middle of international finance. From this central position, they facilitated trade across borders, financed kings and popes, and ultimately translated their economic centrality into political power. Their strategy wasn't to outcompete other banks directly, but to control the crucial connections between markets. In today's business landscape, consider the strategy of Stripe. While numerous payment processors and financial technology companies compete for various segments of the market, Stripe seized the middle by creating a developer-friendly platform that sits between businesses and the complex financial system. Rather than building consumer-facing payment apps or competing with banks, they focused on the crucial junction point, the infrastructure that enables digital transactions. By offering a simple API that abstracts away the complexity of payment processing, they've positioned themselves at a critical choke point in the digital economy. They're not just another financial service, they're the essential infrastructure that powers countless other businesses. So, how can we apply the concept of seizing the middle in our daily lives? Firstly, we can use it to approach networking more strategically. Instead of trying to know everyone, focus on positioning yourself as a connector between different groups. By bridging distinct professional circles or communities, you can become the valuable middle node that facilitates important introductions and information exchange. It's like being the central switchboard that connects otherwise separate networks. Secondly, we can apply it to skill development. Rather than trying to master every aspect of a field, identify and develop expertise in critical junction points where multiple specialties intersect. Perhaps it's the overlap between design and technology, or between finance and sustainability. It's like finding the keystone that supports multiple arches at once. Thirdly, we can use it for more effective influence within organizations. Identify the central information pathways or decision processes in your workplace, and position yourself as a facilitator or coordinator at these critical junctions. It's like finding the strategic crossroads where multiple organizational paths converge. In conclusion, seizing the middle reminds us that strategic positioning often matters more than raw strength or resources. By identifying and occupying critical junction points in markets, networks, or systems, we can achieve influence and impact disproportionate to our size. In a world increasingly defined by connections and networks, understanding how to seize the middle becomes a crucial skill for creating leverage and value. Thank you for joining me today on Mental Models Daily. Until next time, may your position be strategic, your influence be leveraged, and your impact flow through the critical junctions you control. For more mental models, please visit mentalmodelsdaily.com or find us on X or Instagram. Our podcast music was provided by thepodcasthost.com and Alitu, the podcast maker. Find your own free podcast music over at thepodcasthost.com/free music.